another franchise, Jeff, that I believe these games, they weren't as, not dating back all the way to Xbox, but they, Xbox 360. And oh man, dude, these games in my mind just got better and better. It was unreal. Bioshock. And these games, each one, the first one I was like, I mean, it's all right. Like, I'm like, okay, like, there's things I like about it, things I don't like about it. Second game comes out, I'm like, okay, it's picking up, I'm kind of into this, into the story and everything else. And then when the third game came out for me with Infinite, I don't know what it was about Infinite, but maybe it was going from underwater up to the skies and, or going from Rapture to, what was it? Columbia?
Columbia. Yeah.
Columbia. I just loved Bioshock Infinite. And at the very end of Infinite, man, I was blown away at the time. I was like, wow, dude, I am so excited for the next iteration of this franchise. And we have not gotten it. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened where Ken Levine, the creator of Bioshock, ends up leaving, I believe it was Irrational Games. He creates his own company, Ghost Story Games. And now Take-Two has gave the green light to Cloud Chamber to create Bioshock 4. And Ken Levine, on the flip side, is making a spiritual successor to Bioshock in the form of Judas. And Judas looks... Have you seen anything about Judas yet?
No, I have not.
Dude, Judas looks unreal.
Is it just called Bioshock Judas?
No. It's like a spiritual successor.
Oh, so the game is just called Judas?
Yes. So this is from the mastermind of Bioshock. And this game is supposed to be coming out really... I mean, they're talking about it stealth dropping, but there was rumor it was going to come out in March. It looks like it. I think that they're going to want to build this thing, like build some hype around it, but I don't know. Ken Levine, he started his own indie company, Ghost Story Games, and they're creating this game called Judas, which is very much so looks like it looks like Bioshock, but they definitely, there's things about it that I don't know. He might be trying to go a step above what Bioshock ever was. And now Bioshock being held through Cloud Chamber, there's a lot of rumor, speculation. It's in development hell. It's got a lot of, potential creative differences within the studio. And we know, we've seen this time and time again, whenever a big time creative director leaves a studio or something, doesn't matter whether it's in gaming or movies, it can create massive issues. So I don't know. We have not seen anything about Bioshock 4 yet. What was your experience? Like, have you played the Bioshock games?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So what were your kind of like your general overall thoughts about the franchise?
Okay. So it started out for me when I played Bioshock Infinite, because I saw one YouTuber play it and I was like, this game looks like fun. I'm gonna buy it. So I bought it. And with Bioshock Infinite, when I first played through it, it was great. I loved the story. It was it did get a little confusing for me because I've never experienced multiverse theory before. Like, that was my first instance of multiverse theory.
Yeah.
So I was confused in some parts where we were kind of hopping through these portals and stuff. And then towards the end, I was just like, what is happening? I was so confused, but also really happy. And then all of a sudden we're underwater. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
And then once I finished that game, I found out that there were 2 games previous. I was like, let me try those ones first. And then maybe if I play these 2 games, I'll understand what's going on. The third one did not help.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only connection that I found out was like, oh, I'm staying underwater and I'm in a city called Rapture. And it was a very interesting take on, like, the thing is with Bioshock, it feels very unique. It feels like a mix between like steampunk and like 1940s style art, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
Like, you got all these unique machines, you got the big daddies, you got that a songbird from Bioshock Infinite. That thing was nasty.
Yeah.
Just like this big mech bird. I'm like, what is that and why is it trying to kill me?
Yeah.
Go away. But yeah, I do. And I did know that they did make some DLCs for Bioshock Infinite that did kind of explain what happens and why the ending of Bioshock Infinite happens. And it was better. It was better once you had a little more context. And if they do make another one, if it is being made, I'm excited for it and I will give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously really concerned about Bioshock, just because it's not Ken Levine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that team.
Yeah.
And when you start hearing that there might be development hell issues, there might be creative differences from Cloud Chamber to the higher ups at Take-Two, I'm certainly concerned about it.
Yeah.
I'm way more excited about Judas because we know that this game is getting close to releasing at some point.
Yeah.
And we're seeing, trailers, we're seeing things about it. And so I'm really excited about that. Bioshock is not a franchise for everybody because it's just like you were saying, it's very different in a number of ways. Just like the mechanics it can be very confusing.
The powers, like how they work and all that stuff.
Yeah, it can be very confusing for sure. I remember when I was the very first Bioshock when I was playing it, I'm like, at first I was like, I'm not really vibing with this, but I pushed through it, and after getting through it, it's like, I'm not going to put it on it's not like a top 10 game of all time for me, but I appreciated how different and unique of a franchise it is.
That's what I'll say about Bioshock. It was a nice feel. Like you don't get that feeling of Bioshock from anything else. Even if stuff that has the same theme as steampunk or the 40s aspect, it just felt something special is the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, guys, let us know in the comment section down below what you all think about Bioshock 4, the current state of Bioshock. What are your guys' thoughts about that? And if you're a big Bioshock fan, are you excited about Judas from Ken Levine and Ghost Story Games? Let us know in the comment section down below and let us know your thoughts.